FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Our education systems are derived from another age. Most of our education systems came into being in their structure in the 19th century. They are modelled on the interests and needs of industrialism. I know that Richard Florida has written about this and maybe talked about it this morning. That in the structure of education, we see the industrial system replicated. And I can give you some examples of it. It's a very linear system. You know, the assumption is if you work hard at school and go through the system and do everything that's required of you, and especially if you get a college degree, that you will be set for life. Well, that's true, isn't it? I mean, when I was growing up, that was the story. You know, that if you went to college and got a degree, you were absolutely guaranteed a job. There's no guarantee for that now. I work a lot with companies and organizations. If you run one, I mean, are you impressed if somebody turns up with a college degree? I mean, do you immediately show them the corner office and say, well, here you are, you know, the very person we've been waiting for, you know, your people will be assembling shortly? I think not. You see, the only reason in the 50s and 60s, when I was growing up, the only reason you would not have a job if you had a college degree would be if you didn't want a job. And I left school college in 1972, and I didn't want a job. I was trying to find myself in 1972. You could do this then, do you remember? I thought, no, I have to search my inner being before I get down to, you know, avoiding living off my parents. And so I decided to go to India, where I thought I might be. And I didn't get to India, by the way. I got to London. Well, to be fair, there are a lot of Indian restaurants, you know, but I hung out there. But I knew that when I wanted a job, I would just pop out and get one, because I had a degree. It's not true now. A degree, you may be better off with a degree, but there's no guarantee. It's been said, you know, a degree used to be a passport to employment, and now it's a visa. You know, get you in for a bit. This is not because standards are falling. I don't know if they are or not. I don't think anybody really knows if they are or not, taken as a whole. It's because the world has shifted on its axis. And one factor is that more and more people are getting degrees because of the growth of the knowledge economy, the things that Richard Florida has written about. That the shift in the fundamental economic basis of the workforce has generated the need for more and more people to be educated to higher and higher levels. And I mean, see, when I went to college, about 1 in 20 people went to college, because about 1 in 20 people ended up doing office work. About 80% of people did manual work or blue-collar work, and others did kind of routine admin. Now, it's a much higher proportion. About 1 in 3 people go to college. Well, the result of it is that academic qualifications are falling in value. I mean, they may still be worth doing from a personal point of view, and I wouldn't talk anybody out of going to college. But I also wouldn't talk anybody into it either. I do think it's an obsession that we have, that everybody has to go to college or their life ends. And I know people who have perfectly wonderful lives who never went to college and never wanted to go to college. And kids who've gone to college who wish they'd never gone. And who go through 4 years but still don't know what to do next. But it's become an algorithm that you have to go through the system exactly as it's laid out, or the world will come to a sudden end. So there's a linear model here. The second is that it's about conformity. It's about batching. You know, we still educate people by age group, for example. Why do we do that? I mean, it's because it's a managerial convenience. It's not because it answers to any model of human growth or development. You know, but we assume that all the 5-year-olds should be educated together, all the 6-year-olds, all the 7-year-olds. It's like the most important thing they have in common is their date of manufacture. You know, well, I know 5-year-olds who are a lot smarter than some 12-year-olds, according to what they're doing. And it's also about standardization. We know this. And, you know, the great blight, I believe, particularly on American education, if I could say so just now, is this obsession with standardizing everything, the cult of standardized tests.